Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's the newest member of the 15,000-yard club. It's Frank Gore. Gore fighting him off. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Gore. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Working out a shotgun. Here's Allen. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Greedy Williams, the rookie out of LSU, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Let's go.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
180!
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Take 4. Hey, 133. Real.
Watch out.
Watch out.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. Following the penalty, it's Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns' drive about to get started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where...
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 32, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Allen now on 1st down. And he's got it. And he's brought down. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. On the toss, it's Gore. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Frank Gore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Run. Check 13. Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Point it right. Hey, zoom.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield flushed out right. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make. Some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Allen. Open man, here's Foster. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Allen on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Watch out.
Mayfield down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Gore. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The scoring update from the southern edge of Ohio down in Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. He goes airborne, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down at 11-yard pickup.
Let's go. Alert, 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 alert.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. They'll go screen here to Hunt, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seibert's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when giving it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, home.
Now Allen. And the grab by Croft. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, and they're going to throw without him. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, let's go. Watch the curl.
And again, it's Allen. And able to find John Brown. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that. But they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Allen off the play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Hooked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie rookie from LSU. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll let it go deep for Beckham, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's going to sling this deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And, Frank Gore yet to get up. Maybe dinged up on that play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Allen from the gun, he'll throw. And that's caught by Beasley. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. On 1st down, Allen. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38.
Check. Hey, tight.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Allen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now TJ Yeldon. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Allen. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
Point it right.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
I got you. King. Hey, orbit.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Let them catch their breath.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. He finds Yeldon. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Yeldon was always reliable out of the backfield for Blake Bortles, and now he has a chance to help out another young quarterback in the same way in Josh Allen. But you look at the numbers a season ago, 55 catches, almost 500 yards, very sure hands for a running back.
Mike. 53, Mike. I got it.
Now it's Yeldon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
53 is the mark. Go, tackle. Check it backer, check it backer. That's 10. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Switch.
On play action, Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Quick throw going to be caught by Foster. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a second and 13.
Check. 53 is Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense.
To throw, it's Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Allen to throw once more. And that's complete to Brown. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Kroft, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train? And now a fumble. The ball's out, but I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. So So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Browns on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He finds Beckham complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. A little juke. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with
T.J. Yeldon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mayfield to throw it. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. Trying to get it to Landry there. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. On the run is Yeldon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he fires one, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Mayfield now just 5 of 16 throwing the ball, but he's got a first and 10. Throwing, Mayfield, eluding the pressure right. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Say pass.
One last shot from Mayfield here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Buffalo, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, Playing skills, you did, Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we split. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch, you never switch.
Since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my 50. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, you out of zip. Blood all these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. Play, you know how I drip. Crip.